Ron's opinion don't matter. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? God bless everybody. God bless everybody. If you want this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And we are about to get into a beautiful, wonderful day. Hopefully y'all doing well. Hopefully everything is all good. Well, hopefully all things are good and great. Sorry about that. Just trying to clear up some stuff. Hopefully y'all doing great. Just, we chilling over here. We chilling. Anyway, I know that the Democrats are still out there losing their rabid mind. They're still going crazy. They can't help themselves. And it all makes it just makes me laugh every single day watching them fall apart all the way across the board. It just makes me laugh every single day. Can't just it's just unbelievable. Now they're calling for Chuck Schumer to step down. Some I don't know if it's all of them, but some but one thing I'm gonna give him a little bit of credit. I'm not even gonna go ahead. 10 of the Democrats voted in line with the America First, basically the America First agenda. And I'm glad they did. That it was 10 Democrats that actually came to their senses and said, you know what, this is good for America. Is there everything in that bill good? I still think that maybe they could have made some more financial cuts. But if you want to do it responsibly, you got to wait to see how all the other things are going to play out with Doge and the savings and the cuts and stuff, because a lot of us may have wanted Trump to cut this stuff early. But when I started looking at what they were doing, I'm like, okay, you don't really know how this is going to play out down the road, far as when you start cutting out, getting rid of jobs, cutting the fat out of government. We don't know how this is really going to play out and how much savings is going to really come out of this. Yes, they have the clock and it's going, and right now it's over $200 billion on the Doge clock and supposedly savings, which, we'll see how that plays out. So you got to kind of stay afloat, see how everything is playing out right now, make a good assessment of what is real savings, what is projected savings, and that way when you make these cuts and you rewrite a new budget, now you got a better idea how effective the decisions that you made are, and then you can start cutting down the government budget even further. The other thing is, I'm glad they didn't actually do it, even though I maybe have wanted it, is the fact that you don't know how some of these job situations are going to play out, because you got courts going back and forth trying to stop Trump from getting rid of these people, firing these people, laying these people off, whatever it is the administration is doing to cut the fat out of government. So you don't know how this is all going to play out. So you can't just say, okay, we're going to just start cutting down the budget, not knowing, again, how effective this budget is going to be. So I think the smart thing, the wise thing would have been to do is, okay, let's wait till near the end of the year, see how effective all of our moves are, see what we're going to have to continue to pay out and what we're not going to have to continue to pay out. Because what these lower courts are doing is they're basically trying to overstep the president, and they don't have that authority. But I appreciate the fact that Trump is just playing along with them and letting it play out the way it is, because when he does what he does and allow these courts to just kind of come in and try to do what they do, it just exposes who they are. What's up, Chris? For real? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hopefully you're having a beautiful day. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. But yeah, he got to let it play out. And my thing is this, and then for those places and those counties that are fighting against what's common sense. What's up, Max? How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. Billy, how you doing? God bless you. God bless you. Good morning. Hopefully y'all having a beautiful, blessed day. So what's up, Will? How you doing? God bless you. And again, we don't know how all this stuff is going to play out, but I just feel as though is that I think it's responsible for us to wait it out, see what the results of it is, and then cut down what we need to cut down from there. And then we can go, then things can look a little bit better at that point. You know what I mean? And we'll see how it goes. I don't know what you mean by Hamas and stuff like that, but I'm going to be honest with you. With me personally, I don't know all of the details yet, but at the end of the day, I'm American. And if it does not benefit American citizens, I'm not for it. All of these people out here protesting on American soil and hanging up and putting up all these different countries' flags and stuff like that and burning American flags and tearing up American stuff. I'm not for that. I'm not for it. I'm totally 100% against it. It is always going to be America first for me. And that's it. This is my country. And that's how I feel about it. If you don't like what I'm saying, that's cool. God bless you. Whatever case may be. I don't know where your stance is at. I'm not really clear. But again, I don't want to see nobody die. I don't want to see nobody getting murdered. I don't want to see nobody getting killed. But when you come in America, you remember you on American soil protesting for another country that you can't even do in their country. And I'm not saying you, I'm just saying in general. When these people start doing this stuff, they in Trump Tower trying to tear up and all this other stuff. But my thing is this, is that you in America doing that. Nowhere else can you do that inside in America. Because honestly speaking, you do that in any other country, and you go to another country and you start screaming America, American, and I guarantee you that you're going to be met with hostility. If you burn their flag and do all the stuff they keep doing to American flags, I'm going to tell you something. America, when it comes down to something, we're a little too nice. We are a little too nice. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And that's how I feel like, some things I'm all for protest. I'm all for people being able to peacefully protest. But my thing is this, is that when you get out in the middle of the street and block people who got to get up and go to work and got to get to their jobs and trying to do all this other stuff to interfere with people's everyday lives, something's off with you. You can't say that you're being humane or you looking out for the people. No, you trying to mess up someone else's life in order to get your point across. It's only making you look like more of an idiot and making people more not want to support your cause. So my thing is this: if you want to be out there protesting and inconvenience other people's lives who got electric bills to pay, gas bills to pay, you don't even know if they in the process of possibly losing their job. One more late day, they might lose their job because y'all want to be out there interrupting their life. So no, if you're going to do it the right way and peacefully in protest, I'm all for that. But one thing I'm not for is you burning American flags. I'm not for that. You want to hold up your whatever country you want to represent. My thing is y'all love that country so much, go there. If any one of these people feel that way about these countries and the people over there, then go live with them. Leave America. If America is so bad for you, then you leave and you go represent them. And it's the same way I feel about these politicians on the Democratic Party. Y'all so hell-bent on protecting illegals. Why? And y'all don't want to deport. How about y'all go back to the countries that they came from and make their country great? If y'all got all these wonderful, great ideas for illegals, go to their country, take your wonderful ideas that you have as a politician and go help their country. Leave America. Because we don't want what the Democrats are offering. None of it. If you think it's okay for men to be in women's sports, then go to the country you want to represent so much and go do it over there. Since y'all love these countries so much. Real talk, I don't care. What's up, Mike in the building? Mike in the building. How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Oh, you got the mic. Wow. I'm sorry. There's another mic on there. But Mike Sports Vibe balling. Y'all need to check his channel out. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. But the Mike Sports Vibe balling, y'all might want to check that channel out. It's live and it is effective. If you're about sports, not politics, but if you like sports, Sixers, content, sports content, and you just want to give them the smoke, then y'all might want to go check out his channel. But God bless y'all. But again, these people that be talking all of this other stuff and want to go, we hate this, we know America this and America that. Listen, let me tell you something. You can't, it ain't too many places you're going to go around this world and do what y'all doing in America. Real talk. It ain't too many places you're going to go where you going to get away with doing what y'all doing in America. But here's what the Democrats don't talk about. And like I said, it's too early to even say all of this stuff, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. Egg prices drop. But the Democrats ain't going to talk about that. CNN ain't going to talk about that. All of these news networks are going to ignore all of that. They're going to ignore it. Gas prices, they came down slightly. I know it's too early to tell. But again, if that would have happened under Joe Biden, they would have had that all the gas prices are down. It was down. I remember it went down for like a whole week. They was shouting it from the rooftop. We brought gas prices down, and then it went right back up. This is the hypocrisy of the Democratic Party. But I love what they're doing because little by little, they're constantly picking the wrong battle. I mean, we used to say it's 80-20. They're going with the 20%. I'm going to be like this now. It's like, to me, I'm watching another video and I agree with the guy. 90% of us got common sense. We don't want this stuff. 10% of them do, and let them keep doing it. Every time they do it, it is more beneficial to everybody in America that just has common sense. Just common sense. Want the policies and the process of what Joe Biden has, what Trump has already offered, what he's already doing, and how well the country is going. Billy, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Listen, and they, you know what they're going to do, Billy? They're going to try to say, oh, it's not going down. It's not because of that. It's the economy was already going better than that. Let me explain to you why, in my opinion, rather one be agree with it or not, why things are starting to fall so fast right now, even inflation to some degree. It's because as soon as Trump got in office, he scaled back regulations. He just scaled them off. He started cutting all these regulations. And if anybody runs a business and got to go through all of these heat and bounds of all of these unnecessary regulations that they were just putting on people, now as a business owner, you can bring down the cost because it's not putting you through a whole lot to try to process what the products that you're trying to make, whether it's food or anything. The other thing is the energy costs. He went after the oil. He went after energy. He's going after it full steam. Why? To drive the energy costs down. Again, that affects the everyday cost of operations and people's businesses. If their cost goes down, then they can offer the savings to America. But if we continue on the path of inflating government, we're going to continue on the path of bankrupting citizens. That's the way it works. I don't care how many times we say, oh, this is not going to happen. And him trying to put tariffs on some of these countries who've been taking advantage of America all of this time and been allowed to get away with it is another effective tool that he can use to also bring down the cost and bring down inflation, because now we're getting the tax citizens aren't flipping the 100% bill of the cost of running the government. Either way, it's better for the everyday citizens. And that's my point. And then cutting the taxes for these businesses enough for them to be able to become profitable and let the free market correct itself on a regular basis, as opposed to inflating government and creating these jobs that you don't need, that there's no use for. It's all bull crap. We don't need them. And these people that work for these government agencies that's getting laid off and stuff like that, good. Go back to the private sector and make yourself productive. That's it. Go back to the private sector and actually do a job that's meaningful and productive, as opposed to sitting in behind a computer desk all day long and you're really not doing nothing. And I'm not saying all of them, but the vast majority of the ones that Joe Biden put into place, there was no need for those jobs. Zero. They all was getting paid to do absolutely nothing. That's why they all pissed off right now. It is what it is. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. It is what it is. And that's my opinion on why the economy is starting to shift the other way. And then there's a sentiment of people that's, believe that they believe more in Trump handling the economy and the country by far more than Joe Biden. And I have people say, oh, the stock market went down and that. I keep trying to tell people that the stock market as a whole is not an indicator of how the economy is performing, because it's too much of this. But once you see a stability in the stock market where it's not fluctuating as drastic, then you're going to understand that it's now more volatile and it's more coming from everyday business and not hype, mostly hype. Because the minute you say something to Wall Street and they get spooked by something Trump says, they go, here goes the sell-off. And it happens always. It ain't just Trump. Anything somebody says, whether the Fed say it or something like that, you can have a stock market boom, and then all of a sudden the Fed say something that Wall Street don't like, and boom, there you go. Yes, you're right. You're right, Billy. You're right. And my thing is just, I know people don't see, listen, people that usually don't understand how more effective that is. When you have more businesses in the private sector competing for your business, and the more money people have in their pockets, the more businesses are wanting to compete for that dollar. So they're going to have to be competitive against each other. And who wins in that? The citizens, the consumer. So if I got a Ford dealership selling me a car, and I got the Dodge dealership selling me a car, and they want to compete for my dollar, and they know that the American citizens right now they're living better and they got money in their pocket, now they got to compete. So you're going to have to lower your prices to compete with this person lowering their prices. And if I'm patient enough, I might end up getting the best deal possible because I was patient enough and disciplined enough with my finances that I didn't just react too fast. And that's how it is. It's a self-correcting system. But the only downside to sometimes of that is that we all go shop to the same place and we kill all the other businesses. Now that place have the ability to control what the price and the cost of what they're selling you the goods for. That's why competition is important. That is the very reason why, which people don't seem to understand, why we have our, what do you call it? You know how they say about your pay scale or whatever case may be. And my point is minimum wage. That is the reason why we have minimum wage set so low. Minimum wage is not designed for someone to have a lifestyle out of. Minimum wage is designed for a new company to come in, be able to pay at least a minimum wage. Now, that don't mean people got to work for it. That just means that they can start at a low rate to be able to be competitive enough to compete with big businesses so that they can compete long enough and possibly become profitable fast enough that they can compete in a competitive world. That's all that's for. Now, that don't mean people going to want to work for it. That just means that that's what it's for. Now, if you go there and they say, oh, you're only paying $8 an hour, ain't nobody going to want to do that. So they're going to have to up their game as close as they can get to be competitive, to get workers to want to work for that type of money. And in hopes that those loyal people that stuck with that job and when it was low, when they get to the point where they're making more money, they give those people wage because they got the experience. They've been there from the gate. They've been there from the time that the company started. They were there when the company was struggling, and they should be the ones to benefit from the success of the company because they helped the company get there. That's how it should work. And that's how it works in most cases. But a lot of times people don't stay there long enough. And that's real talk. And my thing is this, if you're paying attention to the politics, if you're paying attention to what Trump says, and this is why I tell people, get out of your feelings. Get out of your feelings. Look at what he says, what they're planning to do. And it doesn't mean it's going to happen 100% because nothing is guaranteed. But if you listen long enough and you got a few dollars, this is what I do when it comes to investing. Word up, what's up? God bless you. God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. This is what I do when I'm listening to what they say. It helps me to move money where I need to move it at. And that's it. When Trump said he was putting tariffs on aluminum and steel from other countries, you know what I did? I was like, well, let me go find what countries in America make steel and aluminum, and they might actually get a booming business out of that. And I ain't got no whole lot of money, but you know what I did? I went and bought stock in them. And I'm not suggesting anybody do that. I'm just saying what I do. You can do what you want to do, but this is how I move when I see stuff that he says, and I say, okay, well, if he wants to invest in America first, then let me go find companies that are in America that might benefit from him putting a tariff on stuff that we get from other countries because it might help the countries and the businesses in America. Boom. So I go and I buy stock as much as I can in that company. Simple as that. Like, here's the thing with me. Like, I'm not a fan of Teslas. Like, a lot of people, Tesla has a large market. They got a lot of people that buy Teslas. They like them. I don't like Tesla cars. I'm not a fan of electric cars. But they're made in America. It's an American company. These idiots are out here destroying cars that are made in America, trying to destroy it. They talking about they trying to go after Elon Musk. Elon Musk is not going to be affected. You know who's going to be affected by that? The workers. The people that work for Tesla is the ones that's going to be affected because all Elon Musk is going to say, okay, business is down. People are not buying my Teslas. They don't want to buy them. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to start laying off. That's what's going to happen. And you know what, Billy? Listen, I don't have a whole lot of money, but I do the best I can with what I got. I don't care if it's $2. I'll just put it there, and it might turn into $4 one day. I don't know. That's just my logic on it. I don't try to. I don't have no big money. I just feel like if I don't do something, I ain't gonna get nothing. So I take the smallest amount I got to work with, and I'll do it with that. I always, anybody know me personally, I always say I call my investing broke man investing. If you broke, you could do it the way I'm doing, because that's how I do it. I don't go drop no thousands, $2,000 in stock and wait for something. I ain't built like that. I work with what I got. And I ain't ashamed to tell it. And then guess what? I've been doing it for years and it's worked well. I ain't complaining. And for me, it has worked well. And that's what I do. I'll put $1 here. I'll start with $1. Every time I see it fall, I buy some more. If I see it fall, I buy some more. As long as I know the company is solid and they're making reasonably good decisions, I might not have a chunk of money at them, but if I keep doing it consistently, eventually it'll add up. As long as it goes down and I can buy a little bit more, I put a couple dollars more. That's how I keep doing it. Especially if that company pay out some type of dividend, like Target, Walmart, and stuff like that. That's how I do it. And that's just me. I'm not telling, people do how they need to do for their own self. And this is just what I do. And for me, it's been a blessing. It works. That's the only way I know how to do it. I ain't, some people got tons of money they could drop me. I just put $10,000. I'm like, man, what? I mean, if you got it, great. I don't have it like that. So I do things based on what I have to work with. You know what I mean? And that's it. But again, they wanted to talk about Teslas, and they say these are the very same people all of these people is ripping and raving about Elon Musk over the years forever. You see video of Obama and Elon Musk walking together, talking about all the stuff, the great stuff that Tesla's doing, the wonderful stuff that Tesla's doing. But as soon as he decided that he was going to work with Trump, as soon as he seen what Trump was doing, he was okay with America First agenda. This man loves this country, even though he's not technically a born citizen of America. He's a citizen, but he wasn't born in America. But now all of a sudden they turned against him. And this is what the Democratic Party do to anybody that goes against them. And you can see the list of people that the Democratic Party, this is why I say that I don't even call them Democrats no more. I call them Demoncrats, because they demonic. They will go after anyone that has a problem that goes against them. And that's why I know that what they were doing to Trump was warfare. And what they were trying to do with Trump was warfare. Anybody that disagree with what their motive is because they're so power hungry and so greedy for control and power over your life, they got a problem with it. They got a problem with it. Real talk. And that's why I tell people, if I was you, if you have, first of all, if you believe in God, you definitely should not be voting for Democrats at this point, because they are demonic. They work for Satan. And I can't tell somebody how to vote. That's your choice. But if I was being a child of God and believing in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, there's no way in the world I can support that party. It don't even have that's just a stance that I have. Y'all think it's okay for men to go into women's sports? But here's the hypocrisy of that. Y'all saying it's okay for men to go into women's sports, but I don't see y'all pushing women to go into men's sports. I don't see none of the Democrats. Oh, no, let's just shut down all the women's sports and let's send them all to the men's sports. Billy, that's funny. That's what's up. Hey, what? That's what's up, Billy, man. And hopefully, God bless you. There's something come out of it beneficial. And that's real talk. Hopefully something comes out of it beneficial in your life and it helps you financially, whatever way it go. I pray that in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. But yeah, how in the world y'all talking all this stuff? If y'all felt that way, then why don't y'all just say, well, let's just get rid of women's sports? Why do we even have it? Let's get rid of it. If the Democratic Party think that women are on the same level as men, then why aren't women already in the NBA, or already in the NFL, or already in hockey, and all of them sports that men already play? They can just go right in it. Now, is there some sports that maybe women and men could play together? I don't know. But I know for a fact that I don't think women should even be near a football field when a man is running down that field. You got to be out of your mind. It's going to feel like a truck ran you over. I'm a man, and I've been trucked by somebody playing football, and I know what that feels like. So I can only imagine if a woman was getting hit by a 300-pound man at full steam. Yeah, okay. Y'all think that's y'all got to be out of your mind. Y'all silly out of your mind. And that's real talk. Y'all silly out of your mind. That is real talk. Y'all got to be out of your mind if y'all think that's okay. But again, if you on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. They lost it. They're sitting there like, how in the world would you even, as a woman, like, I ain't even talking about men. Because there's some weird men that would love to be able to consistently go in the women's bathroom and observe everything that's going on. But how, as a woman, could you possibly entertain the thought of men being able to come into the bathroom with you at any moment just because he put on a wig? You got it. But these are the very same people that be talking about, oh, we need to protect women from rapists and all these other. See how stupid y'all sound? Y'all are fighting for men to go into the bathroom, but then talk about y'all being victimized. Well, we need women. We need to keep abortion going because women are getting raped. But yet, at the same time, y'all try to invite men into y'all bathroom so y'all can get raped. Stupid. It don't even make logical sense to me. This is the dumbest stuff I've ever heard in my life. How in the world as a woman? I'm not even going to point out the fact that the men should not be okay with, because we already know men shouldn't be okay with that. But how in the world as a woman, you could look at sports, watch a football game and say to yourself, a woman should be out there on that field too? How in the world, if you're a woman and you're in the bathroom and some big dude comes in there because he got a wig on, you should be okay with that? Make that make sense. And this is the stuff that like people on The View and stuff be like, oh, they're women too. No, they're not. They're not women. I don't care how many times they try to describe themselves, say they this. No. They're not women. If there was women, you wouldn't have trans in the subject. It's just like if you drive a car. A transmission is not an engine. An engine is an engine. A transmission is a transmission. And I don't care what way you try to spin it, a transmission will never be an engine. So if you sit there and you try to paint these people, oh, they would, no, they're not. What they really are is pedophiles and creeps and rapists looking for legal ways and for opportunity to get at you in that bathroom. That's what that is. And if you keep on allowing it, you're going to wish you never did. You're going to wish you never did. You can't sit there and say that's okay. And you're right. A lot of people had to, listen, I did not even know this stuff was going on years back. And I didn't know. Now, when I found out, I remember when Obama was in office and he signed legislation to go after the schools if they didn't teach and accept this type of stuff in the school system. When I heard that, I was done with him. Like, I mean, I wasn't a supporter of Obama anyway. But when he was in office and he did that, I was like, what? Have y'all lost y'all? That don't even sound like it. And this had nothing to do with Trump. Trump wasn't even running for president. It had nothing. It had zero to do with Trump. It was just like, what? Have you lost your mind? And then he over there trying to make Africa accept same-sex marriages. And he literally out there on the forefront of this stuff. To the point where when Joe Biden got in office, he sent Kamala Harris over there to try to do the same thing. And then y'all tried to sanction, y'all wanted to starve Africa because they didn't want to accept same-sex marriages. So never mind that they got women, children, families, none of that stuff matter. All these years, America been trying to save Africa and make sure they feed them and stuff. And because they did not want to accept same-sex marriages, Obama administration was willing to starve them, the very same people that they first kept saying that they needed to help and feed and stuff like that. For years, America been trying to feed Africa. And because they wouldn't accept same-sex marriages, now y'all want to starve them. Make that make sense. It don't even make sense, do it? It's crazy. And once I heard that, I was like, no, I'm good. God bless y'all. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it. Sorry about that. But you know, I get a little hype and stuff. And dry mouth. I got just some water every once in a while. But yeah, this is what they doing. And that's where it all started. And it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And when you get that type of behavior and you have the power of the government behind it, now it looks like it's bigger than what it is. But what they did not pay attention to is there was a sleeping giant, God-fearing people that said, wait a minute, what? Where did all this come from? And then what the people don't pay attention to is Trump used to be he used to be a registered Democrat. Obviously, he didn't like what he saw. And they hated the fact that he ran as a Republican. And then he I'm not going to say single-handedly, but look what he has done to the Democratic Party. He has literally destroyed them. I mean, they're really technically destroying themselves. If you really look at it, they're making all the stupid decisions themselves because they have gotten so far away from common sense, it don't make sense. Like the what's your name from Jasmine Crockett, right? This woman had the audacity to say that $5,000 ain't going to help nobody. But in the same time, she wants to continue to financially support illegal immigrants. Why? If $5,000 is not going to help American citizens, then $5,000 is not going to help illegal immigrants. But here's why they want to keep helping them, because of all the money that they're making from the illegal immigrants off of the government. By housing these so-called people in places that they're getting money spent back to them on the back end. And that's real talk. That's why they continue wanting to do it. Because it's cut. That's why they don't like Trump, because he's cutting into their money. He is literally dismantling the deep state. If you look at the money that these hotels was getting to house these immigrants, you'd be like, oh my goodness. Yeah, they don't even know how to backtrack off of it. That's crazy, Billy, because they are so deep into it that they don't even know how to backtrack off of it, because now if they backtrack off of it and change course, now they have to admit that they were lying the whole time. And they don't want to admit it. My thing is this, the easiest thing to do and the hardest thing to do is just admit you was wrong. Say, you know what? I was wrong. Because see, what happens when you say, you know what? I was wrong in my decision making. I need to correct myself so that I do the right thing. And guess what? Gone. Now you can move on from it. But no, they're going to just keep doubling down on the stupidity. They're going to keep doubling down on the idiocy. And they're going to hold on to it. Why? Because they Democrats. They are literally Democrats. And they work for Satan. And that's what Jesus said. They are of their father, the devil. That's who they are. Because there's no way in the world you would continue on that. That don't even take a whole lot of brain cells to say that this don't even make sense. Why are we doing it? And the fact that Chuck Schumer and some of the Democrats voted in line with Trump for his plan recently, now they want Chuck Schumer to step down. Step down. You see what happens when someone goes against these demonic people? If you look at the people that used to be Democrat, they switched to Republican, like RFK and some of y'all. I don't even know if RFK switched. I just know that they was supporting the Trump agenda, and they on that, whether they switched Democrat or not. Look at how they were attacked. Some of them was put on a terrorist list. They're not even terrorists. And when you say, when Trump says that they have weaponized the government against the citizens of America, that's exactly what's happening. And my thing is this is a lesson learned. We need to be very careful of who we put in any type of office at this point. We need to be very mindful of who we put. If they don't love this country and love the citizens of America, we should not vote for them. And the other thing we should not vote for is anyone start talking about gun control or anything like that. Don't vote for them. because those people are not for America. It don't take a whole lot to figure this part out. And I realized this after a while. I was like, you know what? The minute you start talking about banning and limiting guns and limiting this, that means you're tyrannical. You want to find a way to control me. I don't care if I'm right or I don't care how you feel about it. According to our Constitution, this right shall not be infringed. And I understand why. So you're not going to infringe on my right to be able to purchase whatever it is I can afford to buy to protect me and my family. Government should not be even be involved in that. The Supreme Court should not be involved in that. The president and anybody in Congress should not be involved in that. If you want to purchase any weapon, in my opinion, you should be allowed to. Simple as that. Because at the end of the day, we elect these officials. They're not. When you start talking that way, you're trying to make yourself an authoritarian. So all gun laws are unconstitutional. I don't care which one you're right. If it limits someone's right to be able to protect themselves, it is unconstitutional, in my opinion. Because the government should not tell you what you can have. Because if the government, and what if the government let's say Russia was in war against America. But before the war started, Russia said, America, you can't have the best weapons possible to defend yourself against us. You gotta, you can only use handguns. And we can use whatever we want. What's to say that the government won't do that against the citizens of America? Or try to. Because Biden threatened us that way. He said, if you want to take on the government, you're going to need F-15s. In my mind, when he said that, I said, oh, I need to find a way to buy an F-15. Because you just threatened American citizens. Now, I'm going to say it like I always said. He should have been removed at that moment. When he said that out of his mouth, the military United States of America should have came and moved him out of office. Because that was a threat against the citizens. And that's part of our Constitution. He shouldn't have never been able to get away with that. But nobody did nothing. They just let him say it. Oh, well, it wasn't that. He didn't really mean. I don't care. I feel that way about him. If Trump was to say something tyrannical out of his mouth like that, guess what? Move him. Because that is a threat against the citizens of America. Any president make a statement like that says to me that you have tyrannical behavior. I mean, there's other stuff that Biden has done and said that was just as tyrannical, and the stuff that he's done was tyrannical. But I don't care what president you are. This is just my opinion. This is personal right here. I feel as though nobody should be able to tell you that. Yeah, I do too. I didn't vote for him. But I feel sorry for the people that voted for him. And you know what I feel more sorry for, Billy? The people that voted for Kamala Harris. Even though they did not get to see the damage that she would have done, but it would have been by far worse more than what we even seen with Biden. Because she doesn't have no brain cells. Her brain cells are just as worse. So they could have manipulated and controlled her even more so. Could you imagine right now? I want y'all to think about this right now. Could you imagine Kamala Harris trying to negotiate a ceasefire or peace deal between Russia and Ukraine right now? Right now, I want y'all to think about this. You see how Zelensky act when he was talking to Trump, right? And J.D. Vance, and they checked him like a president should. Check him. Now, could you imagine Kamala Harris in that same scenario? That same scenario. Kamala Harris and Tampon Tim. I want y'all to think about that. Kamala Harris and Tampon Tim in that same scenario. You're right. You're right. You're right. Honestly, my thing is just, I feel sorry for them intellectually because I feel like y'all really have no idea what y'all's voting for. And that's it. They really did not have no idea what they was voting for. But this is the stuff that I keep talking about. And I'm like, no. Now, here we are. Now, Trump had to initiate attack on, I think, was it Iran or whatever? I didn't get the whole story. I caught a glimpse of it with Yemen and stuff going on. Could you imagine Kamala Harris in a conversation right now, in that same scenario, sitting down with Zelensky? He would have trucked right over her behind, just like he was trucking over Joe Biden, even more so. And this is why, I said in a video a long time ago, a while back, that no, I don't. It's nothing personal, but I want a man that's a real man as a president. I don't want no soft president, because it's not just about America. It's about what is abroad, the stuff that's abroad from America, that's around the world from America. That's a problem too. And nobody's looking at that part. And that's what I was looking at. I'm like, nah, I'm good. We already seen what people going to do when we got Joe Biden in office. Could you only imagine if we had a female especially like Kamala Harris? I honestly, as much as I hate to say it, I want strong men as president. I'm sorry. Some people may feel differently. That's fine with you. You have every right to feel that way. I personally just think we need strong men as president, not because of the country, but what is abroad. And men are not afraid of something if you don't look like no threat to them. And they might say, oh, Trump is old, but Trump ain't old like you, like an old person. There is nothing about Trump's behavior, movement, and what he does every day that says old. He stands strong and he stands proud and he stands upright in front of everybody. You see how he was talking to Zelensky, and when Zelensky was running off his mouth, Trump kind of put his hand like, bro, what's up? You got a problem? I thought they was going to start squabbling in there for a minute. And it's nothing against women. It's just sometimes you got to look at it as a picture. When you look at these other countries and what we may be up against, the biggest thing you need to have is you want some masculinity around. And people that talk that stuff, they talk that stuff from safe spaces. They don't talk that stuff listen, if these people that talk that stuff, let's say some women say, oh, women should be president, right? Okay, cool. All right, so let's say you be a woman being attacked by two men, right? Let's say two strong men is getting ready to attack a woman. And another woman walks up and say, oh, I'm going to help. Do you think that that's going to make much of a difference from two strong men? No. They both going to both are going to be in trouble. But if two other strong men walk up and say, oh, no, we got this, you're going to be happy to see that masculinity walk up. That's just common sense. You're going to be happy to see that man. Oh, thank you. And they're going to tell you, get out of the way. We got this. Because the only thing that's a threat to strong men is other strong men. So when you look at another country and they look at a feeble person like Joe Biden, they having meetings. He in there sleeping. He knocked out. They looking at this bro ain't even alert. Look at what American president look like. He falling asleep in the middle of meetings. They having all of these meetings, and so the whole country is calling him Sleepy Joe. And we voted for this and put him in office. And you think that was running the country? We got to be out of our mind. We thought Joe Biden was running this country. That's the embarrassment we voted for. So again, if we would have voted for Kamala Harris and she would have won, now we got somebody in there in these meetings against these world national meetings and stuff. Every time she talks, it's word salad up there. Word salad. Well, if we have peace, and peace is our achievement, we can achieve peace through the achievement of peace. We would have a wonderful, peaceful world with all the peace if we add all in the pieces from every piece of every country. Now we have extreme peace, and there is no one fighting because everyone is getting a piece of the pie. This is what we will have as leadership. And if I was another country, I look at that and be like, I'm like, yo, man, load them planes up right now. Load them up. Get ready. We get ready to take over America. We get ready to take over. Because if this is what they chose as leadership, it's game on. We got this. It's easy now. Yes. Yeah. Yep. You're right, Billy. But here's the thing. I live in Philly. So you know I've seen a ton of Kamala Harris stuff. But I seen Trump stuff everywhere else. Yeah. And this is what I said. The people that voted for her did not really know what they voted for. A lot of these women that voted for her, they was like, oh, we want a woman president. No, you think you want a woman president. You don't really want no woman president. Because if you find out, if the other countries find out that this is what we have as a president, it is game on. And then it would have been game on. And that's why I'm so glad she didn't win. I thank God she didn't win. Because I'm going to be honest with you, like I said before in one of my videos, I said, a lot of the men would have been like, y'all voted for it, go fight for it. That's what would have been happening. A lot of the strong men, military strong, know how to get it done men, would have been telling these women, y'all wanted a woman president, y'all wanted this, y'all voted for this. Now that we in the middle of a war, go fight it. Because they're going to teach you a lesson to never do that again. And they're going to sit back, and they would have sat back for a little bit and chill. They want to let all of them die. But they would have said, okay, go handle that. Y'all got it, go handle it. And they would have sat back just enough time to let y'all know that don't ever do that again. Now get out the way and let us handle business. That's what would have happened. And they said, don't you ever vote for, when I tell you vote this way, you vote this way for a reason. It has nothing to do with that. You don't ever put nobody like that in authority figure. Now look what we're dealing with. Now all of us got to go out there and possibly die because y'all wanted to vote for a woman. And that type of woman who was an airhead. That would made it even worse. She wasn't like she had the brain cells. That's what's up. That is what's up. Like I had Trump signs up in front of my house and stuff like that, but I eventually took them down because all of the stuff that I have is now have become collector's items. So I don't want it to get weathered, messed up. I packed it up and put everything away. And at this point, it's all going to be like a whole collector's items thing that I'm going to put together because I think this moment in life for America is historic. And I'm holding on to it. Again, my mind thinking investment wise, I don't know if it's going to play out that way, but I got my flags, I got my signs. A buddy of mine got me a Trump bobblehead doll where he's holding a flag. I got quite a few stuff, and I'm holding on that stuff, and I'm trying to keep it well as much as possible because I think this moment in time is going to be historic. Now, the one thing I wish I could do is take it wherever Trump has, get some signatures on there. That'd be even better. Like, yo, can I get that signature on these items right here? I appreciate it. I'm about to go take a trip down Mar-a-Lago or whatever. Like, oh, I'm just here to get some signatures. I need where Trump at. I need them. I need you to sign these things right here. If I ever get an opportunity, that's exactly what I do. I'll pack it all up and take it with me. Like, yeah, I need you to sign all this stuff. The flag, the doll, all that. I'll be bringing my relative, my buddies that got Trump support stuff. I'm like, no, give me your stuff too. Trump gonna be like, man, I feel like my first day where I'm signing all these executive orders. All this stuff you want me to sign? What's wrong with you, dude? Man, look, bro. Just give me 15 minutes, sir. Yes. I thank God too. I really do, Billy. I really do, man. And like I said, we at this point, we didn't just win the presidency. We took it all. And hopefully, that's why we can't let up the gas though, because we got midterms coming up. And we gotta push it a little bit further away so we can continue this shit going. And we also got to start pushing for J.D. Vance to be the head, to be the next president of the United States. And hopefully Trump just come in. Oh, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. And hopefully Trump comes in on the back end and just say, you know what, I'll sit in as vice president and let J.D. Vance run, and I'll still advise as much as I can be until I see y'all good and y'all don't need me no more. And then he just go. That's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna play out, but that's my opinion on it. Is that I hope Trump comes in and just become in as an advisor. Yeah, man, it's extreme history because what we don't realize is that Trump has literally took down the deep state. Like he is really taking. Like you looking at the Democratic Party, you look at the deep state. He is literally dismantling a lot of it. Like I don't know how far it's going to go, but man, oh my goodness, I never thought in my lifetime that I'd be watching the Democratic Party and the deep state literally losing their mind the way they're losing it. And he's taking away all their power and all their control. And what he said, in his campaign is that I want to give power back to where it belongs, which is in the people's hands. And that's what's in our Constitution. The power is supposed to be in the people. The people rule, not government. And for far too long, government has overreached itself to where it think it's ruling over people, and it don't rule over people. Your job in government, just like the police department, your job is to serve the people. We elected you to do a job, and your job is to do things and make decisions on the best interest of the people that you serve. That's why when people say, oh, Trump should be doing this and he's not doing this for that. No, y'all did not vote for him. Trump is supposed to do what the people that voted for him asked him to do, and he campaigned on. And that is exactly what we're getting. He campaigned on closing that border, securing the border up, and shutting down all these illegal immigrations and going after this fentanyl. And what did he do day one? Bam, bam, bam. When the Democratic Party, all the way across the board, Joe Biden and all of them kept saying it over and over and over. Oh, we need Congress to secure the border. We need Congress. All they were trying to do is find a way to squeeze some more money for Ukraine. Turns out, like I kept saying, you don't need that. The president have the authority to close the border. And guess what Trump did when he went in there? He never went to Congress. He just went in, bam, done. Day one. And then that's why the Democratic Party has been caught lying so much that you can't trust anything that they're saying across the board. Rarely are they ever telling the truth anymore. And they keep talking about conspiracy theories, but the conspiracy theories have been spot on by far more than any one of these news outlets at this point. Because the news outlets are retarded. They so stupid, they so quick to want to be first as opposed to wanting to be right. And soon as they get a story or any little thing, and they don't even realize that Trump be doing it, and I think Trump does it intentionally. He'll say some little bit of off the wall stuff that may seem like it's just like, what is he talking about? And they will run off with it. And then when he comes out full steam of what he's talking about, and they look like they're lying, and they turns out to be liars again because they interpret stuff the way they want to interpret it as opposed to listening to what he really saying. And he already know they're not paying attention. And he while he's playing chess, they're playing checkers, and they lose every single time. When Trump says he's the art of the deal, he knows exactly what he's doing. He already sees the end result of what he's intended to do, and he's using them to also pull it off. Yep. And they fall for it every single time. And they come out there and they do all this other stuff. And they, Trump this, Trump's this. And then he turns around and takes advantage. And that's why I tell people, pay attention. Watch what Trump is saying as much as you possibly can. Watch when he talks, when he does. Because I'm going to tell you something. He's being extremely transparent. You can go into Doge or X and all this other stuff and find out the money they're saving. You can look at the Doge clock because you see it ticking every time. They're being very extremely transparent on what they're doing and how they're doing. So if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss the boat. And that's exactly what all of us voted. We voted for, you're right, Billy, we voted for this. This is what I want. I want to know what the government is doing because I have a right to know because I'm a tax-paying citizen. And that's it. But if you don't pay attention to it, you're going to miss the boat. You're going to miss the boat. And that's why I listen. I don't listen just to find out I listen for how I'm going to invest, where I'm possibly move my money at. But see, the thing about it is that the other administration wasn't as transparent. This is how you know why the Democratic Party, Nancy Pelosi, and them was making all this money and stuff, because they already knew what they was going to do before they do it. They knew what bills they was going to write and who was going to get passed and what wasn't going to get passed. So they was making investment strategies based on that. That's why I tell people there's no way you can make that money without inside trading. The money that these Democrats have made off the stock market, the ones that's doing it, there's no way you can make that type of money without having inside trading information. It's impossible. I'm on this stuff every single day, and I'm telling you, it's impossible. I don't care how many times I hear people talk about this, and I made all of this stuff, and yeah, okay, yeah. But the money that they have made is because they already knew how things was going to move before they moved, and they put the money there before it happened. That's the only way you get those type of results. That's it. And it's inside trading. And they going to sit there and say, oh, no, we're not. Yeah, okay. Y'all found some legal way to push it, but it's this. It's definitely that. It's definitely that. But, it is what it is. Yep. And they cronies. They don't care how bad they destroy this country as long as they're getting wealthy doing it. But that ship has sailed and they don't like it. And they're losing their own party in the process. And my thing is this, at some point it had to happen. No one had the guts or the balls to go do it. Finally, we had a president that was willing to go in there and take the hits on it. And then I'm going to be honest with you, I appreciate Elon Musk too. I really do. Because even though he's taking a lot of beating at this too, but in the end, he's going to be rewarded. Believe me when I tell you, he's going to be rewarded. Because what these liberals don't seem to understand is that Elon Musk might be taking a hit right now. But all of the people, the MAGA supporters, and people that, really, really support America First and America First agenda, there's going to be a lot of people that probably never even wanted a Tesla. But now they just want to buy. They're going to want to buy it just to support his business because of what he's doing. They're going to just want it for that. They might not even want a Tesla. I'm buying one just to support it. I want to make sure he's good. Even though I know he has plenty of money, I want to make sure that not only he good, but I also want to support American business and make sure that the people that work for Elon Musk can continue to make their money and continue to produce cars so that they can hold on to their job. We don't need no more jobs being lost in America. That's why Trump bought a Tesla. Now, if you look at back, Trump was not about electric cars. But even he flipped a little bit. My thing is this. All I say is don't force people to do it. And people want electric, let them buy electric. They want a gas car, let them buy gas cars. Those are the options we supposed to have so that we can continuously have a corrective system, a competitive market. Meaning that you want a gas car, fine. All the gas companies make cars, companies that make gas cars, great. Companies that make electric cars, great. Now we have an even larger competitive market. The people that wins in that is the consumers because they have to compete for our dollar. But when you run it the way Joe Biden was doing it, which is trying to control and manipulate and force, that's going to cause prices to go up because there's no more competition. That's why when they was doing all of that stuff, they shut down small businesses, but they left big business open. Walmart and all these big businesses stayed open. Small businesses, they was forcing them to shut down. But these are the very same people out of their mouth saying, oh, we're for small businesses. Ain't that what Kamala Harris said? We're for small businesses. We want small businesses to thrive. But y'all shut down small businesses. Y'all was the ones that was running and forcing small businesses shut down through COVID. Now, how you say you for small businesses when you was shutting them all down and letting big business, which is on Wall Street, stay open? Make it make sense. That's how I know y'all full of crap. Look at your history. That tell me what y'all about. Because if you felt as though it was wrong for small businesses and you felt differently than your boss, Joe Biden, why you didn't argue that? Why didn't you stand against that? Say, listen, I know I'm the vice president, but I think that this is going to be have a negative effect on small businesses by shutting them down. Let's leave them alone. You didn't fight for nobody in America. You did what everything your boss was telling you to do. You voted in line with them. So you didn't care about America just like the rest of them don't. But God bless America. We on our way. Things are looking great. Things are getting better. Slowly but surely. There's going to be a little bit of rough road. We're going to get a little bit of turbulence. But in time, we're going to be a thriving country again, a productive country again. We're gonna be we are going to be the what we're going to be the major example of what an economy, what a country should look like, all because we all almost 80 million of us voted common sense, and that's real talk. Because almost 80 million of us voted for common sense, and I thank God we did. But outside of anything that I say, if you don't have Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, at that point it don't mean nothing. Because I'm gonna tell you something, God is good. And even when we look at the election, for a lot of us who watched it closely enough, we seen a miracle happen. We watched God move. God heard the cry of his people because we were being bankrupt and basically doing there pushed into what we would consider financial slavery. We all working, but we're not getting anything out of what we're working for. But I believe that God came in, heard the cry of his people, and he chose Trump to do it. Now, a lot of people might want to say, no, I don't believe that. That's fine. You don't have to. That's what I believe. You don't have to. And how I know that why I believe that and I know it is because you don't win like Trump won without God being on your side. You can't win like that. He won the presidency. He won the House. He won the Senate. He won the popular vote. And he won the Electoral College. He won it all. And only God can provide you with that type of win. And that's real talk. And with that said, I'm going to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody coming on this live. I really, really, really do. Thank God for y'all. God bless y'all. Billy, God bless you. Thank you for your conversation. Thank you for your input. Hopefully I get to see you in there another day. I will be back Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. I might squeeze a couple of lives in between that. I don't know for sure. It depends on how my day is going. But God bless every single one of y'all. My prayers to y'all and your top to bottom hair and skincare. God bless you. God bless you. I didn't know you were there. You must have just got here. You have a wonderful day too. God bless you. God bless you. Oh, okay. That's what's up. No problem. That's what's up. God bless you. God bless you. If you don't forget to let me know if you're going to be on your live. Please, anybody on this live, if you're still on this live, please check out her channel, top to bottom, hair and nail skincare. God bless her. Just check out her channel, check out her website, check out her product. I appreciate it very much, and I know she would too. And with that said, I'm going to get up out of here. God bless y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace.